Tucker's kick is good. And the Ravens strike first at 3's in. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx it.
Fields it right around the goal line. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. 3-5 is where they sit on the year. Very uneven start. Is certainly not an ideal position to be in at the halfway point of the season. CD, do you see an avenue where they can still be a playoff team, or is that ship sailed?
Well, since you took me to the nautical side, I'm going to try and keep up here, because to me, this ship is about ready to pull out of port. These next couple of games are absolute must-wins for them. Now, if they can win a couple, get to 5-5, maybe they start believing in themselves. But a loss here, that would move them to 3-6. And if that's the case, well, that boat is going to head out to the harbor with them still on the dock.
Right back to Mitchell on second down. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on third down. We haven't seen much from him running the football here this first quarter.
No, you're right about that. We haven't seen much of him at all so far. They've stacked him up pretty well, but when you're trying to run the football, sometimes you got to play the long game. Keep handing it to him, and some of those runs that aren't working now, they turn into 6, 7, 8, and maybe more later on.
They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. Lance looking to throw on 3rd and 2. And trying to get it to Samuel, but it's intercepted. Picked up by Marcus Williams. And the Ravens are going to take possession of the football. He's at it again, Charles. He had the pick 6 last week. Not a pick 6 here, but an interception.
It's another Oski, because that's the word we use when we intercept a pass. Oski tells your team to rally around and block for you. Well, that worked really well last week because he had made it all the way to the end zone. This week he got Oski, maybe not a touchdown, but boy, he's playing really well.
After the interception, here's Jackson. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's second down.
That's tremendous field position that they were given following the turnover, but they've still got work to do to get to field goal range, and the coverage we're seeing isn't going to make it easy.
So second down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40. The quick feet by Jackson. And he'll be brought down just outside of the 30. He'll get 9 yards on the keeper there, but it's still going to leave him with a 3rd and 1. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. The offense on third down tonight, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. And he's got the first as they'll bring him down at the 28-yard line. A third down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough.
So it's pretty simple, partner. You pick up a turnover, set you up in excellent field position. The last thing you want to do is go 3 and out in this spot.
Yeah, they would have had to settle for a field goal attempt, but now they keep those touchdown hopes alive. Throwing on first down, it's Jackson. On target to his man, Likely. Down he goes at the 23, a pickup of 4.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
On second down, a run with Dobbins. He is taken down at the 21 after a short gain of 2.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. To throw is Jackson. Right side, there's Likely with it. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal.
And in a lot of ways, that catch is expected. Red zone presence, and that one was realized there. You've got to find your tight end in that situation.
They'll run with Dobbins. And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up second and goal. Out on the edge, you love to have cornerbacks like that can bring them down to the run game.
And you're also exposed to everyone. It really becomes a one-on-one play, doesn't it? You're out there by yourself on the edge. The best ones know how to make the play, and we just saw an example of it right there.
One more time with Dobbins. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. Defensively, I think they can smell a stop. Ball right around the 5 here, brings up third.
And I think what they've done is they put doubt in the minds of the offensive guys. What do we do? Because now you don't have a go-to play. Either side they pick, throwing it, running it, it won't be easy.
Now, they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is third and goal. Throwing is Jackson. Touchdown! Mark Andrews, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And they are able to add on to their advantage.
As a general rule, quarterbacks don't want to lock in on a receiver before the ball is snapped. But in this case, based on the matchup he thought he was going to get, it was favorable for his tight end. He locked in on him early and found him for a touchdown.
Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and the lead grows to 10-0. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass. And finally we kept having a rough patch. He said, but you got to do something to make it pass. And that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here. They run over center with Mitchell. And he's stopped after a gain of 1. Not enough. Still a yard to go on third down. Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. They'll try and pick it up with Mitchell. And he will have first down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. Give him 7 yards on the play as they do pick up the third down conversion. That right there, a good sign for a team that's had trouble converting third down so far this year. They're in the bottom 5 in the NFL, but they come through there.
Yeah, and I bet if we put our guy Marvin on the case and say, Marvin, tell us where they rank on third and what, right? I bet they're in the top 5 in the league on 3rd and 5, 3rd and 6, 3rd and 7 or more, because that's how you end up not converting. Just too much yardage to pick up on third down.
Man open, that's Deebo Samuel. And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line.
Well, they obviously red man covers their partner, and he got downfield, broke down the defender, made him
What do you mean by that?
Yeah, he made him think he was going to run a different route. Probably thought he was going to take it upfield. Then he curls back inside for the completion.
Lance now on first down. Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete.
This could be the start of a nice stand from this defense now after getting walked backwards on this drive. Come through with another one here, and you have them staring at a 3rd and long, and that puts the defense in a position to dictate to the offense.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Back to the ground here, Mitchell. And he's going to be met at about the 43. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
Here we go. Here's play number 7 on the drive. This is 3rd and 7. Here's Lance. That ball nearly intercepted, but he could not hang on. Oh, pick there certainly would have been nice. Instead, at least it'll be 4th down. Here's Mitch Wishnowski now. Oh, it's a wobbler here. And this will be taken at the 13. A good return there, 17 yards. And the Ravens, they'll take over. You don't see that too often, Charles. He punted that away and then hustled up to make the stop as well.
Yeah, because oftentimes they serve as their own safety after punting it. You want to be the last guy, but he decided to get involved in the action, didn't he? And what a spark that's got to provide for the rest of his team when they see their punter out there making a nice hit.
Steps away to his left. And he gets this up to the 34 out of bounds there. They'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's 2nd down.
No surprise to see him running again here. It's something he's done throughout this season. And that run puts him over 500 yards on the ground for the year. He's got to be thinking to himself, if I'm already at 500, what's to stop me from going for 1,000?
Line of scrimmage, the 24. This is 2nd and 6. They'll run up the gut with Dobbins. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. And no more. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6. If this defense wants to stay in this ballgame, they've got to start ending some drives. That helps.
And they have to look ahead at what they expect the offense to do. And right now with that lead, that's run the football. So you don't just stack the line of scrimmage. You have to get upfield and try and make some plays in their backfield.
Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target. Incomplete.
That could be the stop this defense needed to get them back on track. They've been pretty well dissected by the offense here in the first half. After that possession, now they know that they can compete with this offense.
And on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. Here's Saunders. A solid punt, but also a nice return there of 14 yards. And out will come the offense as they take over. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through.
Well, Lance throws the interception, his third. Picked off by Greg Newsome. And the Ravens are going to take possession here at their own 16-yard line. 3 first-half interceptions now, and Charles, you'd have to think a fair amount of concern is developing over there on that sideline.
And there should be, because essentially he's been a little loose and possibly reckless with the football here in the first half. Now, maybe it's not all on him, but still 3 interceptions. That puts the entire team in jeopardy. So the play caller from here on out got to design some throws for him that he can complete, keep it away from the defense, and try and get him back on track.
And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Well, sometimes as a running back, you've got to be able to improvise when the hole's not where you expect it to be. But in this case, there wasn't any improvisation that he could do that was going to work. Kind of like if you're trying to be a comedian on open mic night at the Improv and you run into a tough crowd.
Now Dobbins again on 2nd down. 4 yards on the pickup there as it'll leave him with a 3rd and about 4 more for a 1st.
They just keep trying, but so far, finding no room for him to run.
None whatsoever. In fact, you run the numbers. He's under 3 yards a carry at the moment. The offense on 3rd down tonight, 3 for 7 so far in this game. This is 3rd and 4. Jackson now. And a throw there going to be incomplete.
Oh, man, for him to be that wide open and drop it. Sometimes you have just too much time on your hands, right? You end up thinking way too much, and your hands get shaky.
And, yes, he's a tight end, but that's a catch he should have made. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Returnable now for Saunders. 2nd quarter action with 1:59 remaining. And he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back. But make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Here's Lance to throw it. This one into the hands of Kittle, the tight end. He's got room at the 30. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. The catch and run pays off for 29 yards.
But when you hit him on the move like that, and he's able to get into open field with a full head of steam, oh boy, it's going to be tough to get him down.
Yeah, there was a big window. They're lucky they did get him down. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Off of play action, here's Lance. Steps away. It won't be a sack, but it's no gain, and it brings up 2nd down.
Brandon, I think he's just grateful to get back to the line of scrimmage and avoid not just losing yardage, but a big hit on that play as well. That defense closed on him quick and forced a quick surrender out of bounds.
2nd and 10. Up the middle, here's Mitchell. And they're knocking on the door now. As a good run there, going to take this to about the 10-yard line. 16 yards, a first down.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
So not quite a 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10. On 1st down, they go back to Mitchell. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. 42 yards rushing for him now to this point.
Consecutive positive runs for him on the last 2 snaps. He certainly appears to be trying to put the offense on his back and just move them down the field when his number is called. The way he's running it, I keep going back to him.
The last run got 6. Now 2nd and 4. Another run with Mitchell. And he'll take this into the end zone for a San Francisco touchdown. Elijah Mitchell, his 8th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Niners are on the board here in the final minute of the first half. Extra point by Blankenship is up and good. And that'll cut it to 3 at 10-7. Here is Wisnowski to boot it away following the touchdown. Fielded just outside the goal line. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And leading 10-7, and they may just want to get this to the locker room. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. 9 yards on the first down. Keeper in at 2nd and 1. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him. So when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
Just a yard to go here on 2nd down. Jackson firing quickly out wide for Bateman. Jackson to Bateman there for the Baltimore first. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime. On 1st and 10, it's Jackson. Oh, looking for Andrews downfield. This is caught at the 20. And he'll be marked down right at the 15-yard line. Now another timeout called for by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. So after the big play, look at this, all the way down at the 15 now on 1st and 10. Here's Jackson to throw. And this is incomplete.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap. He locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Jackson from the shotgun. And he comes back with one complete. And the Ravens are going to have a 1st and goal as the tackle is made at about the 5. Ravens going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half. So even though it's first down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. From the left hash, a chip shot here. Tucker's kick is good. So a long drive gets him down inside the 5, but ultimately they settle for just the field goal.
And I have to think that if maybe they were a yard closer, that would have made their decision tougher, and I think they likely would have gone for it. But in this situation, they just decided to take the 3, and I think it was a smart move.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
So we have reached halftime in what's a 6-point game at the break. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman and our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach! Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. The 49ers going to have the football and trailing on the scoreboard as we get back underway on EA Sports. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. Charles, it'll be interesting to see what adjustments this offense made in the locker room. Haven't really been able to get anything going offensively, virtually nothing in the ground attack either. So certainly something has to change here in quarter 3.
And I'm pretty sure their friends from the defensive side of the ball told them exactly that, because those guys, the stop troops, they've been playing pretty well, and they've kept them around in this game. Now they've got some time. The running game struggled in the first half. Opposition knows how to focus on defending the pass here. They've got to re-energize that ground game and maybe open things up for a comeback here in this half.
On the counter, Mitchell. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down.
They know that old expression, it's not my night. It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. Here's the option going left on 2nd down. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. A yard in the wrong direction makes third down tougher. Third down and 9.
Well, we saw a lot of negative plays that resulted in plenty of lost yardage in the first half, and that trend is continuing here.
The Ravens bring out an extra defensive back here on third. Now Lance. Able to find Gray here. And he is going to have a 49ers first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
To win any route, you've got to break down the defender, and that's exactly what happened here on this really nicely executed curl route.
From midfield, here's Lance. Taking a shot for Samuel. And too much juice. It'll be out of bounds, incomplete.
Well, we saw that he had a lot of success last week throwing the football, but that hasn't translated to this week. But with his team behind, I don't expect him to back off. I expect him to keep firing.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. From the gun, a give to Mitchell. And he'll get this down only to about the 46. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
Here's play number 7 on the drive. This is 3rd and 7. And Lance going to throw. Eluding the pressure right. And they're going to get this to about the 44-yard line.
And defensively, they had an extra defensive back on the field, their nickel package, and it made a difference. All the receivers were blanketed, so he tried to run for it, but he came up just a bit short.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. And the punt over the side in the air, and the spot will be inside the 35. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And they'll begin by running the option. And he's got some space here. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Lamar Jackson, 67 yards. And the Ravens are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Well, we've certainly seen this before, CD. No one can quite electrify a crowd like Lamar Jackson. And really don't know what else to say other than that was special right there.
I think you pretty much said it all, but I go back to what you said about electrifying a crowd. He's also electrifying us, and we're calling the game. This guy is simply sensational.
So the Ravens will keep the offense on the field as they're going to go for 2. And they'll try to run it in with Dobbins. And they will stop him after a fairly minimal pickup.
Well, they couldn't be happy that they were having to stop a 2-point conversion because that means they gave up a touchdown. But a little solace there. You saw some good gang tackling, stacking him up before he can get to the end zone.
We talk about offensive units putting in more 2-point period sessions in practice. Defensively, do you do the same?
Absolutely. You have to, because you never know how aggressive these offenses are going to be in games nowadays.
The offense set to get this drive underway. The last series for them, a little disappointing, forced a punt. And now they'll try to do better here and come away with some points as they begin this drive. 1st and 10. Finding space at the 40. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 19 yards there on the catch and run.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space. And it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
Now a throw complete to his fullback out of the backfield. A lot of work to get away and outside of the pocket, but no actual yardage there on the catch. It's 2nd down.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
Here we go.
To throw again on 2nd down. Lance. That's going to be caught by Samuel. And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line.
Simple drag route here, lined up out left and tried to work his way back across the field. You probably saw me twitch there, partner, because I think he wanted the ball a little bit sooner. By the time he looked it in, defender was right on him.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. On 3rd down, here's Mitchell. And he's going to have a 1st down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line. Give him 3 yards and a fresh set of downs.
I haven't met a football team yet that runs the ball successfully that doesn't talk about having an attitude to be a running football team, right? You got to be able to put your nose in there, smell where the 1st down sticks are, and get there.
Lance now on 1st down. Throw left side complete. That's Saunders. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. That's good for 28 yards.
It's taken a while for this offense to get going. A little creaky at the start, but they're oiled up now. A nice throw there, and they're really putting together a good drive.
Inside 4 minutes to go, 3rd quarter. A give here to Mitchell. And they're going to lose some on this play. Being knocked back to the 18. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through. But that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's 2nd and 12. Throwing now is Lance. Here's Mitchell with a catch out of the backfield. And the 49ers are going to be looking at 1st and goal as they move this down to the 4-yard line. Looked like a pretty good, safe play right there. No, he's had trouble with the interceptions in this game there. Hits his guy out in the flat.
Yeah, so many times we hear quarterbacks and offensive coordinators talk about in your progressions, you're either throwing the touchdown or you're throwing the check down. But earlier in the game, it was touchdown or interception. Now he got to the check down, a nice safe throw, and a good one.
Mitchell is not going to advance very far. He'll be stopped right at the line of scrimmage. Only a yard that time, 2nd and goal.
This is a critical sequence here for this offense. Things really haven't gone their way so far. This could be their chance to get back into it, but they've got to find a way to punch this ball in.
2nd and goal from inside the 5. Mitchell again. And this time he'll get down close to the goal line, but not quite in as he stopped at the 1-yard line. They get 3 yards closer, but still work to do. It's 3rd and goal.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball on this drive and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. Makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
Big play coming here. It's 3rd and goal. Now again to the big fullback Juszczyk. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. Kyle Juszczyk, his first touchdown on the year. And the 49ers are back within a score. Now Blankenship on for the PAT. And this is back to a 5-point game.
Next to score, Ravens 19, 49ers 14.
Here is Wisnowski to boot it away following the touchdown. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he'll get it up just past the 20 as his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. Well, partner, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
Third quarter of a tight football game as we come up on a 2nd and 10. From the gun, Jackson. That's complete to his receiver, Bateman. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Jackson to Bateman there, first down, Ravens. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
He was brought down by Eric Wilson.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. He wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Now it's Jackson. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
I'm looking at this one with my defensive eyeglasses on because you remember the old days when a tight end saw a linebacker covering him and thought he had a mismatch? But the way they can run nowadays, not necessarily so. They gave it a shot downfield. That one incomplete.
So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. They snap it at 1. Now it's Jackson. And down he goes. The 49ers get there. Eric Armstead. He's the culprit, causes a loss of 5, and it brings up 4th down. 1 quarter remains here on a Sunday night. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Ravens send their punter out now as he's on to punt for the 4th time tonight. This is away, but boy, headed straight for the sidelines. And this one goes angling out of bounds, and it will be spotted inside the 30-yard line.
At their own 30-yard line.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And you sense the tide turning. They scored, then their defense forced the punt, and now a chance to ultimately take the lead here late. Linebacker Patrick Queen bringing him down.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. On 2nd down, here's Mitchell. And this defense able to plug him up there as he'll get a yard to the 35.
Whenever we talk about the best strong safeties, one word constantly comes up, and that's instincts. Being able to diagnose run or pass and make the appropriate moves.
He crashed down hard there. He was ready for that running play. The offense on 3rd down tonight, 5 out of 9 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. Lance looking to throw it. And able to haul it in is Kittle. And he is going to have a Niners 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Ready, break.
And great blocking downfield as he's got this almost to the 35-yard line. Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a 1st down.
How about that there? No frills, no additives, right? Nothing crazy. Just find a way to pick up the 1st down. A nice run right there.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. First down, here's Mitchell. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Sometimes I forget how much information he has to go through before the ball's even snapped. But what a diagnosis right there. Saw the play, shot through the gap like a rocket, ends up spilling it for a loss.
So the 1st down run lost a couple. Now they come up 2nd and 12. Right back to Mitchell here. And he'll take it down to the 30-yard line. 78 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
On a 2nd and long, it's really nice to see an offense that has enough confidence to run the football in that situation. I think that goes back to their practice and game planning. They've seen things that they've seen on tape and in previous games that led them to believe that even in a long-distance situation, they can still run the football and gain enough yardage to put themselves in a good spot on 3rd down.
Here's the 7th play of this drive. This is 3rd and 4. Lance now to throw. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down. Charles, they're trying to protect this lead late. Those are the types of mistakes they could afford to go without.
About the last thing you want to give them is help in completing a comeback, which is exactly what that penalty does.
Here we go. A bad time for a roughing penalty, and they get the gift of a 1st and 10. And Lance again going to keep it. And they'll lose yardage here. Knocked back to the 19-yard line. Yikes, a 4-yard loss really sets them back now for 2nd down. But sometimes that option can get bogged down before the gears really even get into motion, and I think that's what we saw there.
And I think what he saw defensive end right in his face, because he looked up and he was right there. Didn't even have a chance to get going.
Well, this has been a good march down the field, but now they're stuck looking at a 2nd and 14. And now they'll throw with Lance. And it's complete. In the end zone, touchdown 49ers. Danny Gray from 19 yards away. And the 49ers have taken a 4th-quarter lead. Well executed there offensively. Defense looked a little confused, but he found his receiver, and that one good for 6 points.
And the payoff we just saw there tells us how many times they ran this play in practice over the past few weeks, because they executed that flawlessly right here on game day when the situation arose.
52, yellow.
Lance going to try to throw for this. And this one's caught. And their 4th-quarter lead grows by a couple more. So that effort gives them a 3-point cushion and guarantees that a field goal going forward won't beat them.
Yeah, that's really good strategy, because that's all you care about. Not getting beat at this stage. At least give your team a fighting chance.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. But the bad news for them, they've seen that cushion they once had totally evaporate, and they're working from behind. The good news, they now have the opportunity to regain the lead right back. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Jackson. He gets this underneath to Dobbins. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the 1st. And he's going to have the 1st down at about the 38. Give him 6 yards and they do convert on 3rd.
Well, that's the fear any defense has when the quarterback gets involved in the running game. You don't usually account for him, and he's hurting them today.
Yeah, he's been very involved in the running game. Defensively, when you got the coverage good downfield, how do you account for him, though?
Occasionally, you start to spy him. Take someone who has the same agility, who can dance with him, run with him, and try and keep him in the pocket.
Yeah, it'll be especially critical here as we come down the stretch in the 4th. Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
So many times we've seen him try to escape the pocket and do something with his legs, but in this case, the pressure was too intense and he made the wise choice to just get rid of the football and make sure no one was going to get it.
They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10. On the counter now, it's Dobbins. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. 42 yards on the ground for him so far. So from second and long, now we go to third and very manageable.
Yeah, they love that phrase, don't they? Because as an offensive coordinator, you can keep people a little bit off balance in guessing because you don't have to throw it. You can come back with a strong run game if you want to. And if you're in 4-down territory, that really opens things up for you.
It's a gain of 4 there, and it gives him a new set of downs.
Brandon, unfortunately, I've been here before. They've had 2 opportunities to stop them, so this is demoralizing. They haven't gotten it done. Now you're calling all your blitzes, all your attack defenses, but you're not worried about playing your normal position. You're going to take chances now.
Well, you said it. 2 third-down opportunities to get off the field. Couldn't do it, and the clock continues to roll. Off the play fake to Dobbins. Here's Jackson. Crossing route, he finds Likely. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. And a nice gain of 21 yards.
And here we are in the 4th quarter, partner. Watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
On 1st and 10, it's Dobbins. And he'll go down right on the edge of the red zone following a pickup of about 7 or 8.
That's a strong pickup right there on 1st down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. Jackson with a handoff to Dobbins on the option. That one a 1st down pickup of 8. 3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the 4th. From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. And he'll be taken down here at about the 11. 2 yards the gain on the keeper, and it's 2nd down.
Well, they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
Now Jackson. Just keeping the play alive. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Lamar Jackson with his 2nd touchdown of the night. And the Ravens answer back with a touchdown of their own to take a 4th quarter lead. This defense, so many things to worry about in the red zone area, but you'd have to almost think that Lamar Jackson running the football, that might be number 1.
It should be number 1, and in this portion of the field where things shrink a little bit because the receivers can't run past it and run because they'll run out of real estate, you should have all eyes on Lamar Jackson when the ball is snapped and try and keep it back in the pocket.
Yeah, I don't think that they were surprised he was running it there. They just couldn't stop him, and he ends up in the end zone. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. Taken at the goal line. And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. As this offense comes back out here, Charles, they're trailing in this ball game, and they've been on the sideline for a while. They did score their last time out, but they just had to watch that long, sustained drive, so we'll see if they can shake the rust off.
Yeah, and that's always a question that you have when you have to come off the bench after having sat there for a long time. Are you ready to go? Are you loosened up? But even more so, are you mentally alert and ready to put your best product out there?
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down.
And cycle. Ball right.
Now Lance. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. So back-to-back incompletions, now 3rd and 10. And first things first, before you think about marching the ball down the field, you got to move the chains.
You're exactly right. Got to get back into focus here. Get the first down. That's what's vital to them.
Ready.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. Lance looking to throw. Finding Samuel. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts as it comes with 1:04 left to go in the game. So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. Lance back to throw. He finds his man, complete. It's Saunders. And he's got this down a yard or two shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds.
Timing is so important on a route like this because he's going to line up out right and then cut straight across the field. I think the ball might have come out a count or two too late because by the time he was able to secure it, not much of a chance to turn it upfield.
2nd and 2. Here's Lance. Open man is Samuel, complete. And he's going to be taken down just shy of the 35. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Back to throw. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete.
Ooh, that's certainly not the worst thing. It stops the clock and lets your offense catch its breath and lets us exhale a little bit. Now I expect them to call a couple plays in the huddle so they're ready if a tackle happens inbounds.
Ready?
They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10. He'll look to throw. Able to find Gray here. And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens 14. A gain there of 21 yards. They still got 2 timeouts. Got to start using them, don't they?
You absolutely have to. You save them for this situation, but you have to use them.
And here come the whistles and a timeout with 7 seconds left.
Ready, set.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. They'll look to throw. And that is going to be incomplete as he led him a bit too much. And a great game comes down to this. Time for one play, and they've got to get it in the end zone.
And I want every cover guy I've got in the game on defense, every extra defensive back who can make a play on the football. So whether it's nickel, dime, quarter, whatever you want to call it, I want 5, 6, 7 guys back there.
One final try now for Lance. And this is incomplete. So no miracles here on the final play. And this ball game is over. What a finish to this one. I mean, this offense, they had it down there inside the red zone, but ultimately couldn't execute that final snap to find the end zone.
Yeah, and they're going to walk away from this one, and you know what's going to go through their heads the entire time until they get to play again. If we can only have that final snap to do over one more time, maybe with a different play call.
So for the Ravens, they continue to put themselves in position for a first-round bye as they move to 8-2. And they will hit the road next week for a date with the Jacksonville Jaguars. Meanwhile, for the 49ers, their season is on life support somewhat now at 3-6. And they'll be on the road next week as they travel to Pittsburgh to take on the Steelers.